with the work that you have created and finding ways to show resiliency, do you feel as though you were able to find pieces of hope through this work?
So let's talk about it because it's
Yeah.
really important to me. Um, in late December, I think a lot of us were feeling unwell emotionally or physically, literally. And I realized something weird. I realized that the country, a lot of people in this country know this feeling, but now everyone has to know the skill of imagining a future that is almost impossible to see. And that is something that people of color in this country and people that are part of the LGBTQ plus population have always had to have. I mean, depending on your age, more than others, but I've had to have it a lot. And I realized, oh my gosh, we have a superpower that we have always had, or that we have had to have if we still have a pulse. And other people are learning how to see a future during futurelessness or to survive and literally just hold themselves and say, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's okay. I have faith that we will find a way. And so I've been thinking about that when I kind of was pretty down in December and just sad. And maybe it's because of like a good amount of therapy or awakeness, but I was able to feel my sadness. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. And then I thought, oh, wait. And I started thinking about other people and I started worrying about everyone. And then I thought, I'm so glad that we and I have learned how to do this because I've had to do it. A lot of times it was just literally uh, just saying, okay, I don't know what the future holds. I know what I would love to happen. I don't know how that is possible. I literally don't know how it'll happen. I don't know how I'll live in that kind of reality, but that's what I want. This is what I want. Please just hold me, whatever exists beyond us. Just hold me until I can get there. And if it's possible, get me there. And you know what? It's kind of worked out. I mean, nothing is perfect. You know this. I know this. Things are rough, but it has. I could never imagine being an artist, let alone the other things. Being, even if things didn't work out with the person that I love very much and still love. For me, love doesn't die. Like it's very bizarre to imagine, but that I could love someone that I wanted to love is just a miracle to me. I never imagined it, that I could sit here and work with artists that I think are amazing and are spiritually like rewarding to me, and that I get to do this. So I guess I would say or remind other artists in our community, especially people of color and people that are afraid or don't are afraid to have kids if they want to have kids. I mean, I can understand why you be whatever it is, whatever you have a true desire for. Everyone's different. Just to like ask for hope and hold on to your desire even when things are rough, because I really believe in that ability to be alive for a future that you can't see yet. And so, yeah, that. And I think, I also, I think it's really important for us in our community to examine our subconscious beliefs about what we deserve. And so for me, hope and this weird belief that the divine, that if it exists or if it doesn't, and I'm okay with both of those, or I'm okay with keeping it that way, that all the weird or uncommon variations of life, including human life and gender and expressions of sexuality, especially things, yeah, they're maybe part of the divine unfolding itself, you know? And so for me, I go back to that and it gives me courage. On my best days, I tend to believe we're here to do something. And I take boldness in this idea that I'm marching or walking or planting towards something that is meant to exist, and I'm helping bring it into existence. And that definitely applies as an artist.
I'm wondering now, with this important uh, trade of ideas about hope, is there possibly a poem that you would like to read that is reflective of that?
So I'm from East Texas, right? And I grew up, I mean, I live in Houston now, but I lived closer to a refinery for 5 years. Yeah, we had a fire in 2019 that we couldn't put out, a refinery fire. And it was a big deal. I'm smiling, but it was like, yeah. And then I started thinking about it, right? Where the unwanted is removed or purified, the refinery's burning itself now. A long dark arm and the sky throws a hazy net over Houston, the city where we met, a swamp land. We've learned to muck out flooded rooms. We tear through the floors, our crowbars covered in clayish sand. Still, Spanish moss hangs in Yupon holly trees. Red berries grow for the migrating waxwings. Stand with me between live oak hips. Eastern swallowtails fly in the ash, particulate, beat their black wings against wild salvia lips. We're going to see some natural beauty. By you all around us, we're going to unbury ourselves.
Thank you, Aliah. I love the last line, especially if we're going to unbury ourselves. Very relevant in so many ways.
I
And
concur.
could you please share with us how people can how people can find your chapbook?
Yeah, it's available through pre-order or for pre-order through TRAM editions. And you'll find a pre-order link on Tram's website. Um, yeah, and it'll be coming out probably at the end of February will be the official launch date. And then there'll be readings and virtual things you can sign up, virtual readings that you can sign up for. And you can follow Tram on Twitter and Facebook. And I would do that because if there is a reading, we'll tweet about it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And I'm also so excited that this will be your first collection of poetry that will be available